All right, so we are live. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I think that this is really cool. I think that what you do is really cool, and just to kind of see the trajectory, just your journey, and when you got started, and how life kind of slows you down a little bit, but you got back to it, and you are out here doing it. Like, you're part of BMF, which is obviously one of the biggest shows that's on the Stars Network right now. Like,
Yes, thank
how does that
God.
feel?
Amazing, surreal at times. It's just, everything's just been happening so quickly that
Yeah,
it went from 0 to 100 real quick. you
yeah.
know?
But the cool thing is that there obviously was a journey before that. So, for you, it's like you obviously know the journey you've gone through, but it's like when it pops, it finally pops, and it's just like from 0 to 100. And to the person on
Right.
the outside looking in, they're like, "Where did this person come from?" And she just became a star overnight. But you clearly have been working at this for some time. So I do want to
Absolutely.
congratulate you on, obviously becoming a part of this series and being able to work with so many prominent actors, and really get your face and your name out there. Um,
Yes.
so, to everybody, as big as that show is, I think that there's probably still a number of people who are not as familiar with it. And I saw probably the first few episodes of season 1, and then I get so busy between media, and then I keep a day job too. So it's
Right.
like between that and media and my son and just life, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. So it's crazy because I just interviewed somebody from the Jeffrey Dahmer series,
Oh,
and
wow.
I had to actually go back and watch all of it because I had only seen the first episode of it, and then because of work, it was like, okay, I haven't had time. So at work a couple of days ago, I spent the whole shift watching all 10 episodes of Dahmer. But it's kind of the same thing with BMF. Like, I went back and I kind of started over and watched a little bit of that. So I had an idea of everything that was going on. But for the people who don't know a lot about it, talk about your character, Peaches, it is.
Peaches. Yep.
Okay.
So Peaches is K9's girl. She's his ride or die who, in the last episode, well, not the last episode, in episode 2, he tells Meech that she's the one who's translating the documents for all the Arab business owners in town. So, she's a spicy one who, has a couple of her own things going on
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Which I feel like any actress that plays any role like this, or truthfully anything in the series, like, you got to be somebody that can kind of be that spicy type of a person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to have a little bit of attitude because
Yeah.
obviously Peaches being with K9, one of the most hardcore gangsta, biggest top dealers in Detroit, like you got to be a
Yes.
little bit, got to be a little rough around the edges.
Yeah. So, like, how did you prepare for the role?
um, Honestly, the way that the role was written for the character is they made her out to be like that girl. Like she's the it girl. Everybody wants Peaches. Like she's highly desired
Yeah.
and just flirty and not to say that not to say anything like that, but I kind of related to that. So I'm a
Yeah.
flirty person.
Yeah.
you know, it's just yeah. So it was a lot of similarities within Peaches and myself. So
Yeah.
it wasn't that difficult, but
Yeah. I think it's exciting. It's exciting just to see a lot of this stuff go down, as far as the productions, and just how everything comes together, and the different actors and actresses that are part of it. And I love connecting with people, like, from these different series, whether it's this or whether it was Power back in the day, and just all the different shows that are coming about. Like, what do you really see? Where do you see this role going? Like, do you see it kind of growing into something bigger within the show, or?
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
It's crazy because when I was in Detroit filming for 10 days, randomly, I ended up meeting my character. So, like the
What was
actual
that
character
like?
life. Yeah. Um, So she ended up telling me a bunch of stories about what really was going down back in the day, and
Yeah,
her and K9, and you know what I mean? Just like, so hearing all that and how they have so many stories that are not even touched upon in BMF, it,
yeah,
made me think like there could possibly be like a spinoff. I don't
yeah,
know. I can't
yeah,
say. It's not like they've told
yeah.
me anything, but
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, I
Uh,
think we would have known by now,
yeah,
yeah,
like
I hope so that they do take,
were you a
Peaches
were you
higher.
a fan of the show before you got on it, or did you know much about it?
100%. I was watching the first season, like, I was definitely a fan for
Yeah,
sure. So
and
being
see,
a
that's
part of
always
that,
better anyway.
huh?
I just said that's always better anyway when somebody
Oh yeah,
comes into it, but they've already been a fan of it because then they know kind of the intricacies and everything about it.
right, exactly. It was just I manifested it. Me and my
Yeah.
girl were sitting there. I was like, I want to be on season two. She's like, you're gonna be on season two. I'm like, I'm on season two.
No, I think it's just I think that I'm just enamored by the whole business in general. So like a lot of it just always seems exciting to me, but there's so much power in this series, and obviously, it's all a true story, and this is based on things that have really happened. And then for the son to actually be part of the show, like that was amazing in itself. For him to be
Right,
playing his father and that sort of
killing it.
thing. Yeah, I see so much coming from the show and see it, even in the sense of what Power has done and how that's grown into Power Book and then, the different series and whatnot. I can see a lot coming from this. And 50 Cent has always been that kind of a mastermind where, he can kind of put these things together and then grow it into something even bigger. So I think it's
Right.
exciting, and it's exciting to see you, becoming a part of the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. Now what just kind of looking back at your journey overall, you started back in the early 2000s?
Yeah, I graduated. Um, well, now I'm gonna be telling my age, so let me just go ahead and skip that. I started acting in New York, probably around like 2010
Okay.
ish,
So that's not
2010,
that long
2000.
ago. I'm sure I'm older than you. So
I know I didn't go too deep into it.
yeah, it's all good.
um,
I'm 45, so it's all good.
okay, you got me beat. You got me beat, but I'm not too far.
But now
um,
that's I think that's cool though, like to see that you started back, to see back when you started and now to see where you are and it's just 2023. Like
Yeah, no,
I
and,
think
and
that's
even
good.
that, like I started in New York in 2009, 2010, but I really didn't do much with it. Like I was on Blue Bloods with Mark Wahlberg and did like, a couple little independent films and
Yeah.
things like that. But I moved to Miami after that and I wasn't doing any sort of acting. It was more so like modeling and things like that.
Okay.
But it wasn't until I moved to California, to LA in 2018, when I really started taking this seriously. And
Okay.
I put my whole heart into it. I had like I just mentioned in the last interview I did, like I lost my mom in 2017,
I
and then
saw
a
that.
year later I lost my dad. So it was
Right.
like back to back losses that kind of had me like completely numb. And then it was just
Yeah.
like when the ice started to melt, it was like, all right, Rama, life is short. Like, what do you really want? Go for it. Like, what do you
Yeah.
have to lose? You have nothing to lose. You got two angels guiding your way. Like,
Mhm.
just go for it. So I
Yeah.
did
I
it.
love that. I love that even with like all of that pain, that you obviously went through with the loss of both of your parents within a year's time, like you were able to bounce back and look at where you are now. And even, starting back in 2009, 2010, Blue Bloods was a big thing. Like it's, a lot of what you do and where you can grow to depends on who you work with and who you know and the type of reputation that you build. And I'm sure that work that you did back in that time probably, transferred along and comments and reviews and that sort of thing to make people want to give you an opportunity and a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for everybody who believed in me, who gave me an opportunity, who gave me the audition. You know what I mean? It was like I definitely had some angels here on earth
Yeah.
helping me and guiding me here too.
Yeah. I think it's really awesome. Where do you, I guess, kind of looking into the future, like what are some other things that you feel like you want to do now or that you want to work on? Or are you just kind of settled into BMF right now just to kind of grow and prosper that?
No,
Or,
I don't want to, I don't want to get locked into
right.
a character. I don't want to
Yeah,
get just only sexy girlfriend roles. Like I want to,
absolutely.
be like that Charlize Theron in Monster, where I gain a couple pounds and I gotta go real nitty gritty, and
You're
you know what I
naming
mean.
the
Like
good people.
yeah, I do. Like that's what I
Yeah.
want. I want to be ugly.
Oh,
I
cause she's
so
amazing. Yeah.
amazing. Like I want to show emotion. I want to have the audience really feel, you know, whatever it is that I'm trying to show them. You know what I mean? Like I want people to like
Absolutely.
cry. I want to make people cry.
Yeah.
Let's
And
put it
you know
like
what?
that. I cry.
And to be honest, I feel like in this role with BMF, you're definitely going to be able to do that. Like, I'm just looking back over characters that have already been a part of the series. I look back at Power and all of the characters that have been involved with both of these. They're like multi-layered and multifaceted, and you see them in one light, for a second, and then you see them in another light. And
Right.
I think that 50 Cent and Courtney and just all of the people that are involved with all these different shows. Like I think that they are intuitive, in picking out
Sure.
the right people and the people who are multi-layered like that, even in their own lives and able to do these types of things. So I don't think it's by chance that you are part of this series. Like I think that you're part of the series because of who you are and what they already know that you can do. So, bravo to you. Like I think it's amazing. I'm really, really excited about seeing season 2 now. I was super excited about season 1, and then it was just like with work and life and everything else, I kind of put TV down, and now I work for an Amazon plant up here in Cleveland, and it's like I'm at work half the time, and I got my phone out, and I'm watching stuff now on Netflix and all the different shows and stuff because I've been missing them for a year or two. But I think it's really, really cool though. Like I admire people like you who really step out there and follow their passion. And that's kind of where I am in my life now. I've been in healthcare for, well, I was in healthcare for about 22 years. So
Wow.
it's like I went to school for journalism and I've been doing media, but I've been working a full time job all that time as well. So it's like the last few years, I've been in that space where I'm just stepping out and just following passion and doing what I love. And I admire the people like you who are doing this and making it happen and entertaining us and showing us that it really can be done. So I don't think this interview was by chance. Like I mean, I've known Brandon. It's probably been about 10 years, honestly, since I launched Urban Grandstand. So I've known him for about 10 years, and he always looks out for me when he has different clients and whatnot. And he put a post up about you a few days ago, and I knew who you were. So I said, "Oh, that's cool." And I put the fire emojis or something up under his post. And that was how we got this set up. He sent me a text message like, "Hey, you want to do?" I get a lot of opportunities like that because of some of the relationships that I've built. But I'm grateful to him, and I'm super grateful to you because again, like I love this media thing. Like I would put everything else down just to do this. So I
Right.
think that you're amazing.
Thank
I'm looking
you.
forward to season 2. I will be watching, whether I'm at work or whether I'm at home. I will be watching it.
Thank you.
um, Comment wise, like, is there anything that you felt like you really wanted to get out there with this conversation today, or with your interviews in general right now?
No, I mean, I'm just curious to hear what everyone wants to know, and I'm like an open book. I'm open to
Yeah.
answer anything, and you know.
Yeah, I will definitely. You'll see my comments. I'll definitely be getting my comments out there, but I'm sure I love it. Where can people find you I tagged your Instagram, so I have that, and I'll make sure I get that out there. But where can people find you, like online, if they want to know more about you? And I've looked at your IMDb as well. But
Right, right. So IMDb is what I have now. I have a website that it's under construction, but it
okay,
should be coming hopefully within the next month. But
okay,
that's just going to be my full name, ramamontakhabi.com.
okay,
Um, but yeah, I'm going to actually be traveling to the East Coast
okay.
um, in the next month. So I'll be doing a lot of like hostings and appearances and things like that. So
Anywhere specific already that's kind of slated, or
what the cities I'm going
like your
to?
or like the cities you're going to be going to?
Yeah, so I have to reshoot a scene from one of the last movies that I filmed back in October, November. So I have to go back to DC for that. So I'll be
Okay,
there on the 18th of February. So for the whole week, I figured I would just go out there and just do appearances in like Baltimore, DC,
gotcha.
Virginia, and
I love
then
Virginia.
I'm booked in Providence, Lawrence, and Boston,
Okay.
um, and then Houston, Atlanta, Miami,
Oh wow.
Orlando.
Oh
These are all
yeah.
places that they're telling me they want me to come
Yeah, I
to. So
love Virginia. I saw you grew up in Virginia. Which part of Virginia were you in?
I grew up in Northern Virginia, right outside DC, called
Okay.
Alexandria.
Yeah. Oh, I love Alexandria. My sister lived in Alexandria for maybe about, I don't know, maybe about 5 or 6 years.
Okay. What
Um,
part?
well, she was, I don't know exactly which, I guess which part of Alexandria, but
Yeah.
but she went to Hampton, and then she went to
Okay.
for grad school she did VCU down in Richmond, and then after Richmond she moved to Alexandria, and she was there for maybe about 10 years or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up out there. I left when I was 24. I was like, I'm out of here. I went.
But yeah, well, I think that's really cool. Listen, if you hit Cleveland, I will be looking for you. I will
Well,
absolutely
have
be looking
people
for you.
start checking for me, and they can send me a, invite, and I'll head out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We'll definitely be looking, obviously at your social media, looking for the website when that comes back up. And we will be watching you on BMF.
Thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. You have a good day.
You too. All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.